Hello and welcome to the Tuesday Tell-All. My name is Bobby Fazio. It's Tuesday already, August 26th. Tomorrow's the big day. 8 a.m. 0800. Stock to the lanes. Q1. It's going to be 48 degrees and 500-foot density altitude. That's going to be pretty amazing, and the AHFS is in effect. Now, back in 2021, on September 1st, 2021, which was a Wednesday at 8 a.m., it was 65 degrees and 2,000-foot density altitude, and we had a headwind that would blow your hat off your head in the burnout box, staging lanes, starting line, wherever you were standing, if you were wearing a hat. So I might have to adjust my bump predictions because I also didn't take into account that in 2021 we ran qualifying Q1, Q2 on Wednesday morning, and then we ran class to completion, I think it was, on Wednesday evening. So class was contested in, I mean, if we go off of this air density online here, it was about 2,800 feet by the time we were running class. That headwind didn't go anywhere either. It was still cranking. And just to give you an idea of how much headwind that was that day and that air, I was chilling. I was taking oil out. I was doing everything I could to my Superstock L stick car, and I went 1061, maybe 1060, doing all that. The next morning, we had first round of eliminations, put it back in bracket mode, and I went 1052 on the brakes. So that's how much different the air was the next day. That's how bad the headwind was, because it was similar conditions otherwise. So, anyways, yeah, tomorrow it's gonna be fast. It's gonna be real fast out there. Who's out there? Steve Bruce, how you doing? Happy Tuesday. When are you going to Indy? Not going this year. Can you believe it? Haven't missed Indy in 2020 was the last time I was not at Indy, so I won't be there tomorrow either. Let's go, Walt. Happy Tuesday. Walt Walker's in the house, and I think he's actually in the house. Walt, are you in the house? Let's see.
Here.
Walt's in the house. He's in that house.
Surprise.
He's in his house, but he's in all of our houses right now. What's going
Yep.
on, Walt?
Not a whole lot. I just ran in the house from working and decided to pop in and see how you were doing.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us. Are you heading to Indy this year, Walt?
I don't know. I still don't know. I'm kind of in limbo right now. I know you're like, Indy starts tomorrow, so I should know, but I don't know yet.
I don't know either. I mean, I've only ruled it out 95% right now. I mean,
Yeah. We'll have I'll have a meeting with the boss for the weekend later on probably.
all right.
But I
Well,
won't be racing Indy.
you're just going to be helping,
Yeah.
crewing.
Yeah.
Okay. What's up, Bruce Fulper? How you doing? Brian Zenzen. How you doing, Brian? Good to see you. Tom Baker. Tom's working on the, I guess, the Duster and the Cuda, but he's not going to be at Indy either. So I'm not missing much. You know, Tom's not going to be there. I guess it's okay. Wonder how Reinhardt feels about not announcing Indy. Yeah, that's going to be a little, I guess, different, right? Well, I'm not here.
Yeah, it'll
I'm
be a
out
little
there.
different. Yeah, but it won't be any different than all the rest of the nationals this year. So
Hello, Kiana. How you doing? Fast Eddie, track champ, New Media Dragway. He won 2 more races this past weekend. He's on
bad dude.
fire this year.
Get him in the stalker.
Get him in the stalker, right? We got one sitting there for him. I got it. You know, Fast Eddie showed up at my house with a carburetor earlier this year and asked Bob Senior, "Hey, can you look at this swing for me?" And Bob Senior went through it for him, and Eddie won about 57 races ever since. So good thing
He's
we don't
got the
pay
magic
contingency
touch.
over here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Scott Giordano, how you doing, buddy? Dennis Chapman, how's it going? Ray Thurston, there he is. Ray Thurston is here. We're gonna have Tony Mandella come on. He had a town hall meeting tonight, so he should be on his way back and hopefully checking in pretty soon. And he's got to drive to Indy after he is finished with us, Walt. So
Oh, gotcha.
when he comes on, I think we'll talk to him first, and then you know we want to go over some results this weekend from the races that went on around the country, and or talk about whatever Walt Walker wants to talk about.
Okay.
What's up, Chris? How you doing? Steve Bruce says hi to Walt. Chuck Weisberg.
Hello,
Good evening.
everyone. Hello,
And Brian
everyone.
Cool. Not this year, Brian. Sorry, buddy. And Warren Monteith. Good luck to everyone at Indy. Good luck to everyone in the Hemi Challenge. Jack Peterson will be in His new to him CUDA. All right, and I think I saw 20 entries in the Hemi Challenge this year, in addition to about 5 or so Superstock entries on the Superstock list. So, Walt, do you know? I can't remember this offhand. If you run the Hemi Challenge, are you allowed to run in Superstock with that same car, or does it have to be a separate car?
Yes, you can run in super stock with the same car, but you have to enter both separately. But yeah, you can run the eliminator with the same car.
Okay.
Yep. So that'll be good to get some people in there, run the eliminator also, and run the Hemi challenge. Wouldn't it be cool to have a 16 car field on the Hemi challenge?
Yeah,
I mean,
qualify.
it'd be cool for us, but it'd be some carnage in the pits because they'll really be trying to get in that 16 car field.
Right? I think that would be awesome. I think that's a great idea. I mean, only four cars would go home. Plus, if they entered super stock, it's not like all is over. I mean, now you can just
Yep.
go run super stock for the weekend. I think that would be cool.
Yep.
And I believe the Emmons suggested just change it to a Pro Tree, the Hemi Challenge.
That would be cool also. Yeah.
I mean, I guess why not, right?
For 500 Pro Tree, the heads up, their special class, a special eliminator anyway. That would be really cool.
And now my second question to you, Walt, because I wasn't sure about this, is AHFS in effect for the Hemi Challenge?
You
Because
know, I don't
somebody
know.
asked me, I didn't know the answer to that.
I don't know because it's a one-off type of race. I mean, it's a totally different entry from Indy. I don't know. That's a question for. I mean, I know I got a Dodge hat on, but that's an entry for some of our Dodge guys. Ray Thurston knows, or
Ray
he'll lie about
Thurston,
it.
if he's still awake, he knows. Tim Barrett, how you doing, Tim? Good to see you. That K stock automatic now, K or L 2-barrel combo is coming along. I think he was 8 under this past weekend. Walter Gamble, congratulations to Darian Houston this weekend. All right, did he win? Let me know. I don't see him. Eddie Byler, Robert S. Fazia, great job on the card. 4 wins, 3 runner-ups. Car's been killer. Oh, Dad, some coffee and loggers. Joe Collins says hello. Bump predictions. I'm going to have to maybe adjust mine by a little bit due to the phenomenal air. And I don't know. Somebody's going to have to let me know tomorrow morning if there's a headwind because I got to factor that in because, you know me, I factor everything in.
Yep. And I'm gonna find out an answer for sure while we're talking. I have people to reach out to.
Right. All right. Well, let's get a couple sponsors in here. Draginsights.com. Research yourself, research your opponents. Hurry up and get on there tonight before Indy starts tomorrow. That would be a phenomenal idea if you ask me. See who's the fastest in your class. I will go over some of the groupings by class later on after we talk to Tony Mandella so we can kind of get prepared for how many cars are going to be in each class based on the entry list. I want to give a shout out to Don Kennedy's Race Car Insurance. As you know, Don passed away sadly last week. I spoke to Don's wife, Sharon, today. She is going to keep the business going, and she has a message for me to relay to all of you. So I'll make sure to relay that to you. But if you have insurance through Mr. Kennedy or Sharon Kennedy at this point, she is ready and willing to take care of that for you. Rob Youngblood, advancedclutches.com. Thank you, Rob. PontiacEngines.com, Bruce Fulper. Pontiacs did great this past weekend, Bruce Fulper. That's his combo, and they were in
They
a final
did.
there
Yep.
at Bowling Green, I must say. VP Racing Fuels, best fuel you can get in drag racing and other forms of racing, and now you'll be able to get it easily tomorrow at Indy because they are the official fuel of NHRA. RP Minnick, that's your accountant. If you are a racer or not a racer, but you need a good accountant, it's hard to find one that understands racing. This is your guy right here. RPM at rpminnick.com or 267-247-7601 and rocketmancoatings.com. Engine and drivetrain coatings, less friction equals more horsepower. All right, Walt, we got Tony Mandella about to come in. He's going to tell us all about his weekend. Crazy weekend. I mean, what a week! What a weekend,
Tearjerker. Yeah.
right? And how he got hooked up with the Kennedy family. And honestly, I met Tony Mandella and family through Don Kennedy. So let's bring him in here and talk to him. There he is, Tony.
What's happening, guys?
How are you, Tony?
Not too bad. Just getting ready to take off for Indy. So,
How long is that drive for you?
it's about 4 hours. It looks like probably factor 4.5 because I'm towing. So,
All right, you
Oh.
just going straight from Bowling Green, or you obviously not coming from California?
Nope, those are days of the past now. But yeah, we taking off from Bowling Green. I had a meeting up here, and then we're hitting the road. So my dad's already there, fortunately.
Very cool.
Dad's there, but you're towing the car. Oh, I thought the car was there and you were just kind of jetting up there tonight.
Yeah, we went. We had to put some trailer tires on the trailer. That's our story, at least.
How is Dad doing, by the way?
He's doing good. He was it's pretty cool weekend last weekend. It's been a rough year, man. It's just we've lost so many good racers, and just been tough. But such is the season of life sometimes, but so yeah, it's kind of hit us hard this year, obviously with Don and we got Mark Kirby and so many others, long list of them this year, and so this last weekend was really cool. It just kind of put a little bright spot for everybody, and it was more just, it wasn't even really about the win. It was just all the happenstance of everything, it's just pretty cool.
Yeah, it was amazing. Now I know, like I said, I met your family through Don. He introduced me to your dad and you, and I know you guys. Don used to live on the West Coast. You guys are from the West Coast. You must have had a long-standing relationship with Don. I mean, how did all this happen here? How'd you get in his car this last weekend and win a race?
Yeah, it's I've known Don since I was a little kid, probably since I was like 5 years old at least. So some of my earliest memories at the racetrack, I remember Don in the trailer that I'm towing right now. And, so I remember walking in, he's got some old pictures hanging up in the trailer, and I swear they're in the exact same spot. And I remember them, they're just, aged now, 30 some odd years. And, so it's pretty cool. So I've just grown up around him, as I have, many of our racers and friends and stuff. And so, we've always had that relationship being there. And then Don always had such the highest regard for my dad and the work that he did and everything, and the work that we've done. And man, he always sung our praises, and he just was a special guy for that. So super cool. Yeah, just over the years, just growing up and stuff. And then as we moved out here to Tennessee, so we live full time now in Tennessee. Don had already moved out to Tennessee. And so he was super excited when he found out we were coming. We only lived about 30 minutes from him. So him and my dad got, super close again, and always getting together and stuff over the last, several months now. So even when we're building a couple of houses out in Tennessee, and even during the build process, Don would be like our eyes on the ground. He'd go over to our property and like, oh, they didn't get any construction yet started, you need to get on them. And, and he was always our eyes for us. And so just, really kind of just deepened our relationship with him over the last year and a half as we started this process. And then he introduced us to so many people out here in Tennessee, and just getting our name out there and stuff, and different racers, different people, and just kind of plugging us in. Just, he's such a good networking person, because he had that personality. And
God.
So, yeah, and his ideas and ambitions that he always had were like nobody else's. They were always making me think out of the box. And it's just, some of them you look at me like, Don, what are you talking about? And then other ones you're like, that's actually a really good idea. I need to do something with that. And so now I'm trying to always think out of the box now. It's like, I don't have him to, bounce these things off of sometimes. So, yeah. But about 5 weeks ago, I think he had his heart attack, and we had just went out to lunch with him the day before. He came by the shop that we're working out of out here, and he was like, oh, let's go to lunch. We went out to lunch, and everything was good. And we jumped in his car to head back to the shop, and he adjusts his rearview mirror, and he's looking back at me, and he goes, hey, you still have your super stock license? I go, yeah, of course. He's like, well, I don't know, I'm getting older. I might need another driver, and I just kind of shook my head and said, well, if you twist my arm hard enough, I guess I'll drive it, and so we laughed a little bit, but I was like, you got plenty left in you. So just, let's focus on that. We'll get it, we'll get it going. You're good. And then the next morning he has his heart attack, and it was just like, what just happened? And he was doing so good in the hospital, and I mean, everybody kind of saw and followed the story, but so we were talking with him, and he's like, well, I want you to run it at Indy and at Bowling Green, and there was the Kaufman family puts on a combo race that we ran 2 weekends ago as well with it. So he was like adamant that we get it out there and run. And through the whole time he was in the hospital, his every day calling and texting us and just going, is the car ready to go? And so we'd be sending them picture updates and stuff of just doing little things to it. So, at least he had a little bit of that, looking forward to it while he was still in the hospital. So, yeah, but that's really how I ended up in the seat of it. And then after he passed, unfortunately, which was a kind of a shocker because we thought we were past the hard part, and, so his wife, Sharon, and the kids and stuff, they're like, no, we really want you to run the car and stuff. It would be great for us. So then here we are. But
that's pretty cool, because we always talk about, oh, he would have wanted this or he would have wanted, but he actually told you this is what he wanted. And that's really cool that it worked out that way. That's awesome, actually.
Yeah, no, he was super. He's like, I want to see that thing fly. He goes, I want to rotate the earth. He's like, I want to see how fast that thing can go. He's like, I've done this for too long. He goes, and he knew about the whole AHFS deal in effect for Indy, and he's like, I want to see that thing fly. He's like, I don't even care anymore. And I'm like, okay,
yep.
Did
you win that combo race?
No, I laid eggs out of that one. That was it was not a great start off. We got the news, the dawn had passed, or we got bad news on it Saturday morning, and that was when the race was starting. And so it was just kind of a whirlwind of stuff, that weekend. And car was running great. It was fine. It was a really hot weekend, and my head was just running circles, but I couldn't even cut a light if my life depended on it. That weekend I was struggling hard, and I think I was like 60s and 70s on the tree. Both my first round opponents just welcomed me to Kentucky right away. They were like, "Here's Division III, buddy. Better step it up." So I was like, "All right," and we did that last weekend at Beach Bend. So that's cool.
Interesting. Did y'all build the car originally?
We did not build the car complete. We did a lot of upgrades and updates and stuff to it, and corrected a couple little things here and there, but we didn't build it complete. So, yeah,
I wasn't sure where it came from. I didn't know if it came out of y'all stable or not. I don't get a chance to get out west very much. So,
yeah. In fact, that car showed up at our old shop in Montclair, which was probably 20. Yeah, he's probably had this car for 20, 25 years, somewhere in that range, I think. So, because we've been out of that shop for darn near 16 or 17 years. So, yeah.
Do you still have a shop in California?
We do. Yep. So the shop in Southern California is still up and running. We got a great team of guys out there running it. I got our 2 guys that do parts all day. So we got a full speed shop, and then I got about 5 other guys in the back shop doing all the fabrication and that stuff in the back there. So, yep, still up and running. I can do a lot of stuff remotely, fortunately, and we've got a good team of guys out there that have been doing it with us for. Most of my guys have been with us for 10 plus years. I got one of them that's been with us for about 16 years. So they got a good finger on the pulse on it.
Oh, that's good. And the new shop is where?
The new shop will end up in Franklin, Kentucky, which is about 30 minutes south of Bowling Green. And we are working on developing it right now. So it's just raw land at the moment. But we'll end up having a full speed shop, race shop as well out here. And then we're planning to do a storage facility on the piece of property as well. So we'll have storage facility available to store race rigs and indoors under some canopy spots. And then we also doing a climate controlled self-storage building as well. Not really racing related, but we actually have a few vendors that are interested in keeping some product in that area. But so kind of a mixed use deal, but we got 10 acres and big project. Definitely been a learning curve on that. We've been working on that for 2 years. And one of the meetings I had tonight was with the city planning and zoning. So they just gave us approval for our phase 1 right now, which was awesome. So, and so in the meantime, we're working out of Jeff Turk's shop in Auburn, Kentucky, Blackbird Performance. And so we've kind of partnered up with him, and we can work on 3 to 4 cars at a time out of his shop. And so we've been doing that for really the whole 2025 so far. So it's working out pretty good.
Nice. Well, I would say a town meeting and getting some approvals in Kentucky is probably a little easier than California, right?
Yeah, no, it's quite refreshing. So just dealing with some like real people, real down to earth, and they're super excited about it. In fact, one of the guys had asked me one of the questions. He's like, "Well, are you guys planning to have a dyno, at your facility?" And I was like, "No, we're not planning to have a dyno." But I was like, "I'm relieved to know that you know what a dyno is, and that you know what you're talking about, because most of the people wouldn't even understand what that stuff is." But so definitely the car culture out here is just so strong. It's pretty cool to see it. So
nice, man. So this the Pontiac Sunfire, it's got a 428 cubic inch engine in it, and I do know that every time Don was racing the car, I mean, your dad was always there, either tweaking or it's going up too hard and unloading the wheelie bars, or it wasn't going up enough. And you know what? I even had to wire a couple of things on that back in like 2021 or 2 for Don.
Yeah, I remember that.
All right, so that's why the car's doing so good right now. But I mean, you seem comfortable in the car. Like, what's the deal? What's it like driving that car?
Oh, it's I mean, it is a great car. I mean, it just like I said, the first weekend I struggled a little bit, and then we made some changes in terms of just cutting the light and everything. And once I got that dialed in and I figured out the practice tree, getting that kind of synced up, I just kind of locked into a spot, and it was just, that Don and I were about the same height. So, I mean, we didn't have to change nothing. So that was really cool. And it's got a tilt steering wheel. So, I mean, what could go wrong with that? That's awesome. So you tilt the wheel up and hop on out of the car.
That's great. Now, did you was it a goal to qualify number 1?
We hadn't really thought about it. We didn't even talk about it. We were just, me and my dad were just thrashing on that thing to try to find every little bit of, performance that we could. Large part of it has just been the carburetor. The engine's been great. The engine makes plenty of power. Tony Bischoff and his guys there did all the freshen up on it and did a great job. And found Don a lot of horsepower in that thing. And so that's there. Just the carburetor, those quadrajets, they're finicky. So we've been working on that. When we made the number 1 qualifying pass, which was on Q1, we had our carburetor on it that we were just kind of tinkering with, and the thing just drives around the pits terrible. I mean, it sounds like the engine's broken. It sounds like a rod's hanging out of it, and it's like I had my foot like halfway to 75% down on the open just to keep it alive, because it's just like it's dripping fuel somewhere, we can't figure it out. But as soon as you're wide open throttle, the thing runs like a banshee, and it's like I think I had 6 or 7 people like just giving me the like, "Hey, shut it off, you're broke, don't run it." And then they're shaking their head as I pull in the water box, like, "Oh, this is so embarrassing." And, we make the run, and it was like, "Oh, I guess it's okay," and even the guys at Fuel Check, they're like, "Dude, you're missing a couple cylinders." It's it was all bad. It was super embarrassing. Everybody was watching me as I'm driving back. I was like trying to shut it off and coast as much as I could. But
did you stay with that for the whole weekend then? Did it clean itself out? Or?
No, we put another carburetor on it that's not as finicky, and went back to that one. It's not as good, but I needed the drivability side of it, so it's like it was still good enough. But yeah, so we're still working the details out. But yeah, so we weren't planning to per se be number 1, and then once we just had our nose down, working, and then I think somebody texted me, was like, "Dude, you're number 1 by a mile," and I'm like, that was pretty cool. We were pretty excited about that, because that's 100% what Don was just. I mean, that's all he was talking about, was like, I just want that thing to rotate the earth, and so it was pretty cool to do that too.
Have y'all looked at the entry list? Or what are you running? GTE?
GTD automatic.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Are there many? I'm sure Bobby has it pulled up. Are there many D cars on the list?
I'll lean on you for that one.
I'm seeing 4 right now. Yeah.
4.
Yep.
Okay, yeah. Because I know a big nemesis of Don sometimes. I mean, when those guys with the 428s get together and get serious, it got good there a couple years there with Cruising and a couple other guys. Yeah, it got good for a couple times there.
Yep. The old GCAA class. Yeah, there were some pretty good battles. Yeah.
Yep. That was good.
I know it. Yeah. Don Irvin Johns, Cruising, like you said. There.
Yep. Frank Grossi.
Yeah, Grossi, yeah. He was one of the first, wasn't he, to put the 428 in there? Yep.
McCarty's.
It was a big block, but still another Sunfire.
454 or something, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Yep.
Yeah, 454. Yeah.
You got one other 428 on there from what I'm seeing, and you got Johnny Rakes and Mickey White.
Okay.
So that'll be fun. 4 cars in D automatic. What how much do you have to weigh for that in that Sunfire?
I think our minimum, don't hold me to this, but our minimum is somewhere around 27, 50 or 60, I think, somewhere in that range. So,
well, you need to know, Tony. It won't.
I know.
Somebody's going to hold you to it.
Fortunately, I got my dad behind me. He's all on it. I got some big distractions going on.
You're racing super stock. You got 3 hours in the morning to get ready because stock's going to take an hour and a half, and then you got a .90, and then you got you. So
all right.
Now I did check the schedule for this year. It is Wednesday qualifying, 2 sessions tomorrow, and classes all day Thursday. Friday you guys are off, so I'm guessing Friday is going to be a teardown day, and then Saturday morning first round for stock. Around 8 a.m. and you are following in there somewhere. So it's kind of going back to the days of old where we have a day for teardown. Now, I do believe Friday would be Hemi Challenge Day also. So you have something.
The marathon begins.
Look forward to. Yeah. When's the last time you raced Indy, Tony? Did you race it last year?
No. I ran it, I think it's probably been 7 or 8 years ago. I would have run it in comp with Randy Jones. I think I was running the C-Truck automatic at that time. Yeah. So, and then before Super Stock, it's been, I was driving for John Hennessy in what was then GTD automatic, but not today's GTD automatic. And that was, that was probably 2010-ish, somewhere around that range. So.
Camaro, blue Camaro, bluish Camaro.
Yeah, blue and white. Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Hennessy and Sons on it or whatever. Yeah.
Brian Van Poppel says, "Just get in and drive, Tony."
Yes, sir. You got it.
Brian Van Poppel is the son-in-law of Don Kennedy. Don had 2 daughters, I believe, and as Sharon told me today, the whole family was together at Don's passing. It was peaceful. And that was good to hear. I don't know what else to say about it. Like, just, I can't believe my buddy's gone, just like you said. He used to text me these ideas. Some were good. Some were like, Don, that's never going to work for me. Like, but maybe he knows something that I don't, he was a very optimistic kind of guy,
Yeah, no, he was always pushing, and I think he was one of the main reasons the GT class came to be. So he had again, that's just part of the ideas, and you just got to keep them coming. Some are going to stick and some aren't, but yeah, we got a lot to thank him for, that's for sure.
Absolutely. He always told us, he was not shy about telling us that he was helped write the rules for GT. He said that was my claim to fame. So
yep.
And he would always say, I would always put the camera in his face in the lanes. And how you doing, Don? Oh, great. Let go of the button, go to dinner. That's what he would always say. Let go of the button, go to dinner. So there you go, Tony. Let go of the button, and then you can go to dinner. And
I like that.
I know. I don't want to keep you on too long. We'll go through and cover a bunch of results. Walt and I will, and we'll let you get on the road, buddy. And good luck to you out there in Indy.
Yeah.
Be safe driving, man. Put some coffee on or something.
I got 300 drinks. We'll be good.
Are you by yourself? You have a co-pilot?
I got my dog with me in the back seat back here. This is Kuda. I don't know if you can see him. He's my co-pilot, so we're good to go. But and I got your podcast that helped me stay awake, so don't cut it off too short.
All right.
All right. Well, be careful, sir. Hope to meet you in person soon.
Yes, sir. Yeah, appreciate you guys. Thanks for all you do.
All right. Say hello to Dad for us. Good luck. Have fun. Be safe.
All right, guys. See ya.
See you, buddy.
Well, sir, I do have an answer. Well, the Hemi shootout is technically, they do have the horsepower factoring on, but the index is 930. So it's going to be real hard to hit it to hit it permanently. Well, I say permanently, that's the comp stuff,
right.
but to go 130 under at Indy or even ruin the average with it being that hard. So they're fine. They can let them sling.
Because I thought it was 945, but
yeah, no, actually it's 9. I think Herb said 960 it is now. They moved it from 945 and they moved it up. He's gonna fuss at me because he just messaged me. And
that's fine. I'm gonna find this. Hold on, we gotta clear this up.
No. Yeah, it's 930. It's 930. They raised and it was 945, and he said it's 930 right now.
All right.
And that's the great Herb McCandless, his son. So
all right. There he is. Hey,
he would
Herb.
know. There he
is.
How
you doing? Rotating the earth after your dad yelled at mine. Go get him, Tony. Oh man. Hi, Katie. How are you? 945. All right, I'm voting on 945.
Hold up.
You're voting on 930.
No, Herb and Ray could fight it out. Go right ahead.
All right, here we go. I'm gonna clear this up right now. I'm on NHRA indexes, and it says 945 AH, and this is last updated 13 days ago. So unless it changed in the last 13 days,
so maybe they raised it to 945 from 930. Maybe that's what he was trying to tell me, because he said it was 930, and then they said they raised it, so 945. But you still got to go 815 to hit it. To go 130. Right. Yeah. So. And there's a lot of cars, as Herbst tells me, there's a lot of cars that go 860 and stuff like that. So the average is good. So they can just let them roll. They can let them roll.
Now, I do think, especially with the conditions this week, the weather looks, really good. You've got like 5 or 6 days in a row of mid to high 70s at the high.
Yeah.
So they could run. Camella.
I like to see
Jason
some 20s.
Line, they've gone 20s. Already. So we shall see. I think they should just, well, I can't say that because that's hypocritical, I guess, but I'd rather never mind. Have at it, have fun.
Well, the good thing about that, and we've done this in comp years ago. The good thing like that, if the air is stupid and you get to the point where you can agree to go to the scales together before the run and be 100 pounds heavy or whatever, and say, look, we're going to both match our weight and we're going to let them eat. And you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, that'd be nice. I put this Hemi challenge up there with, like, I don't know. It's like pro stock to me. This is absolutely something that I want to see. I want to see a teen run. Like, my eyes are peeled waiting for a teen run. I don't want to have this lingering over it in the background. These cars are in their own class together, category together. We don't race them out. We wouldn't race them heads up. We wouldn't even race them in a combo. There's no points affected here with us, with them.
Right.
Just pro tree and let them go. Make sure they're legal, obviously. But the AHFS really has no bearing in this challenge, in this Hemi challenge here.
True, because if one gets horsepower, they all get horsepower, and they all run the same. It would affect everybody exactly the same. It's not like one has a better advantage than the other one, unless they separate the darts and barracudas. But I don't think they do that. It's just it hits the combination completely. So it wouldn't matter if you hit them with horsepower and now everybody's 50 pounds heavier. You just everybody will still run the same, be in the same qualifying positions, and the fast cars will still be the fast cars. So I would just leave them alone and let them eat.
Right. I think it would be so much better. Plus, as Tom Baker's saying right here, Bucky, like, he really surprised all of us last year with the automatic transmission. Like, I want to know what kind of progress he's made from last year. I'm excited to see this.
They're making miracles with converters now.
I don't think Bucky I don't think he knows how to race AHFS. I think Bucky just races one way. I'm getting there as quickly and as fast as I can. And I'm winning this. I'm getting this trophy, So, all right, Herb McCandless says 9:45.
Yeah.
So it is 9:45. All right, they should just make it for the Hemi challenge. Maybe they should do a special index of 8 flat. Who knows?
Yeah.
I do want to say, because it was brought up, I haven't really gotten to any of the announcements yet. So all the sportsman racing from Wednesday to Friday. So you got tomorrow, Thursday, and Friday Hemi challenge will be free on NHRA.tv or on YouTube, whichever platform you choose to watch it on. Thanks to Sox and Martin, Herb McCandless, David Hakeem, and everybody else that was part of that deal with NHRA. So they
Mike McCandless. Yep. Thank you.
So thank you guys very much. Thank you,
Yep.
Herb. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Sox and Martin. Thank you, David Hakeem. We appreciate that. That gives us all something to watch, because this is all we want to watch. And I guarantee you, a lot of people that would stumble upon it would love to watch it too. They see, beautiful cars, sportsman cars going down track. They might stop and take a look, right?
Yep.
Then you can watch. I think you have to have a premium NHRA TV membership to watch the rest of the race on Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. So that is cool. Track rentals anywhere? Yeah. If anybody knows where you can get a track rental around here, Maple Grove, Cecil County.
Hey, you can come to Belrose there. Belrose, Ennis. Come on. Come on, Paul.
We need to test a car between now and I don't know, next week. So if anybody knows anything, let us know. Maple Grove, Cecil County. Hello. Get back to us.
Make some phone
Bucky
calls.
tested at Rockingham yesterday. All right.
And I think somewhere at 131 a day testing. So
what's up, Brian Anderson? How you doing? Don't you play sure about my I tried to get Jason to play the ladder in the Hemi challenge. He looked at me like I had two heads. He said, I don't do that. Yep, that's the way Line Performance and Bucky Hess, they're going to race that way. Westcott's in it this year also. Now, Westcott,
he is. I
mean, he ran decent last year. He didn't dominate like he used to back in the old days, but we'll see what he's got going on this year. Is he driving his own car? Is he driving somebody else's car?
I think he's driving the Ugly Fish. They're just starting to dust off the Warfish, but he's driving the Ugly Fish. That's what he's been testing. So
cool. All right. David Hakeem used to announce with Bruce Wolper. I didn't know that. Share the link. Okay. NHRA.tv if you want to watch free sportsman coverage. All right, well, talk while I type this.
Yeah. I don't take orders from Herb. I don't know why you just stop what you're doing, listening to Herb.
I know, right? I'm a good guy.
Yeah.
No, he's doing me a favor. Herb's doing me a favor. I can watch this now. Free sportsman coverage from Indy at NHRA.tv or YouTube.com.
Yeah, Herb comes down he actually comes down to Belrose and hang out with us when we do the Hemi shootout down there, and he gets on the mic and his dad does a great job explaining. All them guys know so much about this Hemi stuff. It's unreal, man. It's unreal. You can just standing close to him, you can learn a lot.
Absolutely. I'm telling he came over while I was interviewing the owner of the original test mule there.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Just came over and was talking about, let me see if this was a good clutch pedal or not. This had, it's got Porsche seats in it. The test mule, they put Porsche seats in, but in the actual Hemi cars. They put van seats in. They said
He
just
probably
little
knew more about
knickknacks.
it,
Yeah,
than the owner.
the oil pump here, and this is, you can see where you had to move the master cylinder over to clear, because they're shoving a big engine in the little car. So yeah, it was cool. Everybody should watch that video. Mason Dixon. All right, we got to think about that. Maybe Mason Dixon's got something, Paul. You'll have to excuse my friend. He's a little slow. Hey, it was in my announcements. Don't worry. Don't worry. I wouldn't let this episode go without doing that. Sportsman dinner raffle winner here. Oh my God, George Wright won. So tonight was the
Really? That's
Sportsman
awesome.
Appreciation Dinner. What'd you win, George? You win the toolbox from Cornwall Tools? Let us know, man.
That's awesome. That's really good.
Walt, you already decorated for Halloween.
Oh, this house, you'd have to know my wife. It's always decorated for Halloween. It's always decorated for Halloween.
That's funny. Michael Brand, how you been, Michael Brand? Where's the Cobra Jet? Where's Michael Brand been? Where's the Firebird?
No, he's waiting to beat up on everybody in Dallas. I know what he's doing. He doubled in Dallas or something crazy. He's just waiting to come to Ennis to ruin everybody's fun.
Oh man, that Michael Brand. You know what?
I want to see the Pontiac back out, Michael. Bring the Pontiac back out, the cool car.
Right. I always say that to Michael Brand when I see him, and I always say it to Leo Glassbrenner when I see him.
Yes.
Hemi cars are easy, armored cars, and J-Line performance. I only go to Belrose for the food.
That's a good reason to go.
Oh man. So you want a race pack, ATI damper, Hans device, Redline oil, and more. Yep.
Holy moly.
I had fun there last year. All right, well, we got to go next year for sure, okay?
No. Well, maybe. We'll talk about that.
We'll talk about that.
We'll talk about that. Yeah.
That is something that we say all the time, that I say all the time. And then the year goes by way faster than I ever thought it would.
Yeah, we'll talk about that.
All right, what else do we have to? I got to get to some stuff here. Sad news, very sad news. Forrest Lucas, rest in peace, Forrest Lucas, founder of Lucas Oil, the big, brains behind the whole brand.
Yeah.
Major sponsor, affiliation with drag racing, affiliation with all kinds of racing.
Well, in sports too, Lucas Oil Stadium. Yeah, it's big impact in the Indianapolis area. I'm sure they're going to do something big for him this week. Because Lucas Oil is all over the Indianapolis area, so huge loss to the community.
I hope it stays that way.
Yeah.
That's a family business. I mean, it's Morgan Lucas kind of run the show there, or what's?
Yeah, I think he's still the president, and there's been some changes behind the scenes over the years, but they've still been in support as much as possible, and I guess we'll just see where it goes. I mean, Charlotte, Forrest's wife, she was a class racer or a super comp racer, and she traveled around and sportsman race, so she appreciated that, and they've been supporting sportsman racing from the beginning. Well, maybe not from the beginning, but for a really, really long time since they got involved in it. So hopefully it all works out and they continue to support.
Yes, we can only hope. So that's sad news. Rest in peace, Forrest Lucas. He was at the Sportsman Dinner last year. So I'm assuming they probably had something, they probably gave him a shout out tonight, I would assume, at the Sportsman Dinner this year.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. I want to go over these Indy entry lists real quick, just give everybody a little breakdown of how many cars are in each class. So we're going to do that real quick, Walt. All right, we're going to start with Stock Eliminator. Here's the entry list. Now, some people don't put, exactly what they want to do on the entry list, so just beware. Seeing 5 A stick cars, 8 A stock automatic cars. That'll be fun. 3 AA stick cars, which I wanted that to be more because Gaffney is putting up $5,000 to win that, I believe.
Yeah, that's tough.
That's no good. 3 AA stock automatic cars, 2 B stick cars, 10 B stock automatic cars. That's going to be fun.
Yeah, it will be.
We got 1 C stick. He'll be in the combo. We got 4 C stock automatics. We've got 3 D sticks. Cool. We've got 10 D stock automatics. That'll be fun.
Yeah.
We've got 2 D front wheel drive stockers. Cool.
Go
Racing
get
for
them,
a Wally.
guys. Go get them.
3 E sticks, 7 E stock automatics. Let's see, 2 E front wheel drive stockers. So there you go.
Cool.
2 F sticks. Cool. 5 F stock automatics. We got some factory showdowns here. So factory stock A, we got 4 of them. Factory stock AA, we've got 1. Factory stock AAA, we've got 1. So
They
have
should
at
have
it,
hooked up.
fellas. Yeah,
Yeah.
you'll be racing each other anyway.
Yeah.
8 factory stock Bs. That surprised me. This is factory stocks turning into like B stock automatic here now. So
Cool.
8 of them. 3 factory stock Cs. 3 factory stock Ds. We got 1 factory stock E. He'll be in a combo. 3 factory stock Gs. 1 factory stock J. He'll be in the combo. All right, here we go. 11 G stock automatics. That'll be fun.
That
Jim
sounds about
Marshall
right. Yeah.
being one of them. Dan Fletcher being one of them. 8 H stock automatics. Yep. Antrobius, Chris Butcher, Mike McMahon with the Corvette. That'll be fun. Jim Schachter, I stick. He'll be in a combo. If I can find another stick car. Yeah, I already did. I think there was another one. 6 I stock automatics. How about this? 1 J stock automatic. Only 1 J stock automatic at Indy?
That's interesting.
Crazy.
Yeah.
We got 5 K automatics. We got 2 L automatics. We've got 2 M automatics. We've got 1 N stick. You'll be in the combo. We've got 1 N automatic. You'll be in the combo. We've got 2 O automatics. We've got 2 Q automatics. We've got 1 R stick. Weinzaffel in that wagon.
Yeah.
I can't even find a bar to mount a camera to in there. I've been wanting to put my camera in his car for 2 years. Let's see. What else? 3 U stock automatics. All right.
Oh, U stock shootout.
We got 1 V automatic. That's McNeil Freeman.
Hopefully he goes to you. Hopefully some of these guys with the singles, they kind of talk to each other and maybe they can figure out how to race each other. Makes it more fun.
Way more fun. We've got 1 W stock automatic. So maybe V and W, maybe they'll hook up. And then we got 1 W stick. He'll be in the combo. 144 stock eliminator entries out of a 150 quota. So a couple droppers there toward the end.
Which happens every national event. You and I talk about this, and we hope that guys that are planning on get out early enough to allow other people to plan to go to the races and get in and stuff like this. But people don't panic. It's Indy, but every national event, if you pay attention to the entry list, there's a lot of changes the weekend before, and people breakage, and especially with Indy, because the weekend before Indy, people are testing, and testing may not go as well as they want. They go to Bowling Green, and they may have breakage or it's Indy is special, so there's a lot of people that enter as soon as they can, and they test, and they buy parts, and they grab a new motor and new transmit, a new converter, and they test up until the last minute. And if it doesn't work out, they may pull out. So it's not a indictment on NHRA. It's not an indictment on having a horsepower factor and system on it. This is what happens every year for Indy. So please don't panic, people.
No, and I would say if the quota was 180, you'd probably have 172 right now. So I just think that's the way it is. It's just slightly undercuts the quota.
Yeah.
I did not know this. So V is running a 6-bagger and W has to be a 4-cylinder, so they can't run together. All right, thanks for clearing that up for me, Chuck Weisberg. I never really studied that far down in the alphabet to know that. So suction cup, that's what I need to get for the wagon. I don't know, man. You think that suction cup will hold up for a big 4,500-pound wagon dumping the clutch. What if there's a little tire shake? My camera's gonna go vibrate into like 100 different pieces. B stock automatic and D stock automatic. That's where the party is. Tom, you should be there in your D car.
I wish everybody who's a natural A car that can run B, can run AA, just everybody run AA and let them eat. Just let them hang. That way we no excuses about, oh, I couldn't run, I needed to shut off, or I'm worrying about my average, or I'm worrying about going 130 under. Put it in AA. Let's go.
That's a good idea, Walt. I like it.
Let it eat. You got no excuses if you do that. If you go 950 in AA, I love you. In Indy.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Go for it. Well, I'm thinking there might be another AA, maybe. I'm just eyeing up some of these A cars, and I think I see a potential AA that could do some damage.
Yeah, the one with 2 carburetors on it. I know. I know. The pro stock motor. I know.
Oh, you would know. Yeah. Oh man. All right, let's cover some super stock here. We got 3. We're going to start with the factory GTC. 3 factory GTCs, 3 factory GTDs, 1 factory GTE. He'll be in the combo. Damn it, Paul. We could have ran that. 2 factory GTGs, 3 factory GTHs, 1 factory GTI. He'll be in the combo. And then factory super stock B, 2 of them. Factory super stock C, 5 of them. Factory super stock D, 5 of them. Factory super stock E, 3 of them. Factory super stock F, 1 combo. Factory G, 1 combo. Factory H, 2 of them. Factory I, 1 of them combo. Factory K, 1 of them combo. And that's all the factory cars. Now we're in GTA automatic, 3 of them. Nice. 1 GTC automatic car. Thought there'd be more of those for some reason, but I guess not. So he'll be in the combo. 4 GTD automatics, as we said to Tony Mandella. 2 GTE automatics. 1 GTE stick combo. 2 GTF automatics. How about this? 8 GTG automatics. That's going to be, there's your party there in super stock, Tom.
Yep. That's a good, yep.
Got Marion, Cronenbitter, Santangelo, Chelsea Clark, Casey McCarty, Bobby Rashid, Norm LaPointe, and Shelby Williams.
My man Craig needs to be there. He's rubbing on cold blue, but he needs to be there in cold red running G.
Yeah, where is Craig? I'm surprised. That thing can fly.
Yep.
2 GTH automatics, 1 GTI automatic combo, 3 GTJ automatics, 2 GTK sticks. That'll be fun. 5 GTK automatics, 1 GTL automatic. Walt, hurry up. Load the car up. Get out there.
Yeah.
2 GTM automatics. Walt, load the car up. Get out there.
Yeah.
2 GTO automatics. 4 GTQ automatics. We got 1 Superstock A stick. He'll be in the combo. We got 1 Superstock A automatic. He'll be in a combo. We've got 5 AH cars on this list, so they'll be running the eliminator. We've got 1 Superstock B stick combo, 2 Superstock B automatics, 4 Superstock B modified stocks, 2 Superstock C automatics, 2 C modifieds, 2 C modified stocks, 3 D automatics, 1 D modified. You'll be in the combo. 3 E automatics, 1 Superstock F stick. You'll be in a combo. 1 Superstock F automatic. That's it. Wow.
1 Superstock F stick. Who is that? Let me call it J-Rod. Yeah, see, J-Rod needs to be there.
J-Rod. Right?
So I think last year, a couple of times, he didn't have nobody in his class. So
yeah,
it's a good time to go when you got somebody in your class. Yep.
Let's see. 6 Superstock G automatics.
That should be good.
Yeah, and some nice cars in there too. Wow.
Yes. Pretty cars, run G.
right? That's, oh my God, look at this, Walt. 6 Superstock H stick cars.
Oh boy.
Love it. All 65 Chevy 2, 67 Chevy 2, 66 Chevy 2, 67 Chevrolet. Charlie Bohannon. I don't know if he's got a Corvette or what he's got.
Think that's Corvette. Yeah.
Another 67 Camaro and a Pontiac. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 327s and JB Clegg in the 455 Pontiac.
Mm.
Superstock H. That's going to be fun to watch. H Automatics got 5 cars. I Automatics got 3 cars. Superstock J stick, 1 car. You'll be in the combo. 4 Superstock J Automatics, 2 K Automatics, 1 Superstock M stick. You'll be in a combo. 2 M Automatics, and 3 trucks, 3 Superstock TBs. And then we've got 1 N Automatic. That's PJ Fouts. You'll be in a combo. We got 1 O Automatic, and we've got 1 P Automatic. So combo right there. And there are 142 cars on the sheet, on the entry list for Indy this year.
It's going to be a fun time. I think it's going to be really cool. It's maybe the guys at the top can't run as fast as they may want to go, depending on what class they pick, if they don't pick the hardest class for them. But the air, the atmosphere looks like it's going to be good. So we might see some fast times and some personal bests for Indy. And like you mentioned at the beginning of the show, the bump spot may be a little higher than some anticipated.
Yeah, because they are going to be running C1 in the morning and not in the late afternoon like it was the last time the AHFS was on. So you're going to have some cool, crisp conditions, I assume, and a nice fresh track too on top of all that. So that looks fun. I wish I was going to be there. All right, what else do I want to get on? Geez, we didn't cover any results yet. All right, let's do that. What do you think, Walt?
Go right ahead.
All right, we will start with Epping. Division 1, 64 cars in stock eliminator. Mike Farrell was number 1 qualifier. E-stock automatic, 1066.3 on an 1170. He was 1037 under the index. Epping is a pretty fast track, pretty close to sea level. So the air, I think, was pretty good. I don't think it was blazing hot. So a lot of guys had to hold back here and just play it safe. Ken Robinson, he made it to the final round. He moved his car from D. He usually runs D or E with his 67 Camaro. Guess he was trying something different here. He ran C stock automatic and makes it to the final round against Don Pyers. Now it says Donald Pyers. I'm not sure if that was DJ, the son, or if it was Don, the father, but it was an I-stock automatic 86 Firebird. Now, DJ always had a 70 Nova, 69 Nova, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So not sure if he's driving somebody else's car or if this was the father, but this was a heck of a final round here. Ken Robinson dialed 1068 in his Camaro, 028 on the tree. Don Pyers dialed 1174, 029 on the tree. Coin flip at the starting line. Don Pyers gets down there, runs 1173.4, breaking out by 6th thou. Ken Robinson gets down there, 1067.6, breaking out by 4th thou. So by 2th thou, double breakout win goes to Ken Robinson.
That's pretty cool. Ken Robinson
pretty cool,
played his cards right.
Played his cards right. Bounced back from New Media. His mom passed away right before New Media. He went to New Media. Ran a hell of a race there, but got disqualified for a alleged blocker blinder inside of his helmet. So that probably wasn't the way he wanted that weekend to turn out. He bounces back, gets the win here. This is his 3rd divisional event win. Congratulations, Ken Robinson.
Yep, congrats.
And in Superstock, Tim Stickles, number 1 qualifier. There were only 28 cars in Superstock. We had 64 in stock, so no buy runs the whole day, unless your opponent was broke. 28 cars in Superstock. Tim Stickles, Superstock K Automatic with the 1980 Olds Cutlass. It's one of the nicest cars in Superstock, I would say. It's Juan best appearing, I think, at the Gator Nationals earlier this year.
Yeah.
1034 on an 1125 index. He was 91 under. And Ron Richards squared off against Bob Lasco in the final. Both these guys went deep rounds earlier this year at Maple Grove. So Let's see. Richards has an 82 Firebird GTJ automatic. He's out of Ohio, or I thought he was, but he's been running D1 this year. He still has a number 3 on his car, though, so I guess he's claiming Division 3.
Yeah.
Bob Lasco, Super Stock C modified stock. It's a 92 Camaro. And let's see. Ron was dialed 1001. He's 019 on the tree, leaving first. Bob Lasco, 037 red. That was all she wrote. Lasco ran it out 963 on the 969, so he was holding 6 there. Ron Richards coasted to an 1122 and to his second divisional event win. Nice little 5-round race. Can't beat that, right?
Yep.
And he did have a bye in the 3rd round, so he really, well, he only had to race 4 times. Nice.
Yeah, worked out. A win is a win. Yep.
All right, and we will move to Bowling Green, the preview to the U.S. Nationals, we'll call it. 93 cars in stock eliminator. And number 1 qualifier, I don't have it here. Where did it go? It got deleted, Walt.
Oh, wow.
Know who was the number 1 qualifier?
I don't know. In stock, I don't know. We know Tony was, but I don't know who was number 1 in stock eliminator. Before we get to the actual race, I don't know if you paid attention. There was a shootout combo race. Well, maybe it wasn't a combo race. I think it was just a shootout race with the classes separate. And it was pretty cool that PJ North or PJ Fouts had a heads up run with Travis Booth, who put his stocker in super stock, just probably having fun or doing something to change up, and ended up having a heads up in the finals. Right. And it was pretty cool that it was, a stocker against a slower style super stock car, and they ran heads up in the finals. That was pretty cool, and PJ got the win.
I saw that. I was confused because I was looking on like the live timing to see what was up, and I was like, man, how about that? And then I saw, those racers racing the next day, and I was like, oh, I guess it was a side race. Okay, cool.
Yep.
All right, number 1 qualifier in stock was Tommy Pettigrew, iStock automatic.
Oh, yeah.
That's a 78 Firebird. Let's see what he ran. 95 under, 11:34.7 on a 12:30. Not bad.
Yeah, that's a really pretty car. His too. He's got it. That's a nice car.
You ever been to Bowling Green, Walt?
Yes. When they brought back the Sports Nationals, because I think that was the original place for the Sports Nationals in the 70s or whenever, 60s, 70s. And they brought it back a few years ago. They had the Sports Nationals there, and I went, and it was a great time. I really liked the track a lot.
I've been wanting to get there for quite some time. Still haven't done it yet. Maybe next year. Next year, Walt. We're doing the tour.
We'll talk about it.
Oh, boy. All right, final round here. Stock eliminator, Josh Decker. This kid's been having a pretty phenomenal last couple of years. 72 Corvette. C stock automatic. Hey, it was a good weekend for C stock automatic. Squaring off against Cody Herron. Factory stock B, 2014 Cobra Jet. Is Cody Herron, Walt, I believe, his father, Darryl Herron?
Yep, that's his father, Darryl Herron, that has worked on pro stock cars and Bruno's cop car. We kind of share duties when we get together and work on Bruno's pro cop car. But yeah, Darryl's worked with an assortment of pro stock, Bo Butner, to name a few, pro stock, Mountain Motor pro stock, and they built that car, and it's kind of, I think it's a 429. So it's one of the very few 429 cars, and it runs great, it works great, and Cody's been doing a good job driving. He just, sometimes you have luck and sometimes you don't.
Yeah, he is. I mean, he got past Santangelo in the first round. He was 021, 008, and then 56, 37 against Randy Lynn, 000 in a bye run, it looks like, and then 018 here in the final round.
That 000 in the bye run earned him an extra $50 too. I don't remember who sponsored that deal, but they threw in an extra $50 for whoever had 000 in the elimination round. So it kind of worked out.
Nice. I like that. I like them little sponsorships. All right, let's see what happened in this final round here, dude. Josh Decker was dialed 1063, leaving first. He's 042 on the tree, which is, I guess, like a bad light for him. Runs a 1064.4, one over at 114 miles an hour. So he's definitely on the brakes. But he cut a little close there because Cody Heron, even though Cody was dialed 906, it was 018, he had the advantage. But he only ran a 920 at 145 miles an hour. So he must have spun off the line or something. And he was a tenth and a half off his dial. And Josh took a lot of stripe down there for that and was only safe by 14 thousandths. Cutting it close there, buddy.
Yeah, well, C3 Corvettes are real hard to see out of. So I'm sure Josh was looking as best he could and just decided to stop at a certain point because he couldn't find him.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, well, I remember Hutto telling me that about his. So
Yeah,
I know you know all about that car.
yeah, they're a little difficult to see out of, especially with somebody coming at you from that far behind. So
Yeah,
I mean,
that is pretty fast.
Josh made the right decision.
Nicely done. Third win for Josh Decker. Third divisional event win. Congratulations. And he was the U.S. Nationals winner last year in Stock Eliminator. So a nice
Yes,
way
he
to go
was.
into the weekend. Okay, Super Stock. Tony Mandella was number one qualifier. GTD Automatic, 2005 Pontiac Sunfire. Don Kennedy's car. 889.3 on a 10 flat. So he was 107 under the index. There were 71 cars in Super Stock. And then we go to the final round where Tony parlayed this into a final round victory here. He squared off against Todd France in the 2008 Pontiac G5. So we have two 2000 and something Pontiac cars here. Jelly bean cars, I guess they would call them.
Mm-hmm.
Both with 428 Pontiac engines.
Mm-hmm.
Both being raced in memory of their original owners. So
Yep.
What a final.
Yeah, what a final. It just, I mean, all the things that have to happen for that to come about, and whether, you know, qualifying on opposite sides of the ladder and all of these things that have to make that happen. It was really, really cool. I mean, it would have been Todd France, who I know would have been celebrating in memory of Irvin Johns, and of course with Don just recently passing, it just I'm sure the emotions had to be really high going into that finals. If it was a bracket race, they probably would have split and quit and just both rode off in the sunset. It was that type of deal.
And it was a good final round here, I must say.
Yes,
Tony's dialed 9 flat. Todd was dialed 904. I mean, 400ths difference, basically a heads up run. Maybe they should have just made it heads up for that matter.
Yeah.
As Alan Reinhart would have said, just dial 7 seconds and have at it.
Yeah.
Tony 030 on the tree. Todd's 022 on the tree. He's got 8 thou advantage there at the hit. And what happens here? Todd runs a 9035 on a 904. He breaks out by 5 thousandths of a second, while Tony is safe by 5 thou. Runs dead on 9 flat with a 5 on the 9 flat dial. So a 35 thou package there for Tony Mandella. 22 minus 5. What's that? A 17 pack there for Todd France on the breakout. Gets there first by about 18 thou. So not a bad stripe job there by Todd France. It just didn't fall his way. So Tony Mandella gets his 11th divisional event win. Congratulations, Tony Mandella, and what a heartfelt victory it was, huh?
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. Pretty awesome, I must say.
And Tony figured out the practice trio. 31 on the first round by 35, 14, 20, 19, and then 30 in the final round. So pretty good job there, Tony. Way to dial that baby in. And last but not least, we had Midwest Class Racers D5 National Open this past weekend. The Midwest Class Racers returned to Rock Falls last weekend, presented by C-Tech Manufacturing and B&K Trucking. There were 75 cars in competition in the combo, squaring off on Saturday. Number one qualifier was Ben Line. He ran 121 under, 1215 under the B-Stock Automatic Index in his 69 Mustang. Final round came down to the red-hot Jason DeForest in his third-gen Camaro facing off against Randy Shepard's double-A stick 69 Camaro. Jason went 0-11 red, handing the win to Randy. Randy walked away with $3,000. Jason got $1,500 for the runner-up finish. Nicely done.
Yeah, that's a very good series, and great job to those guys.
And Sunday, 70 cars, Ben Line number one qualifier again, 122 for under the index, B stock automatic. In the line performance, headers by Ben Mustang. Sunday's final was between Jeff Cheney in the 70 Buick versus Danny Nelson's A stock automatic Mustang. Cheney grabbed the starting line advantage by 12 foul and never looked back. He got the win. He pocketed $3,000, and Nelson grabbed $1,500. Nicely done. Midwest Class Racers is back in action this week at Tri-State Raceway for the 13th annual Midwest Summer Classic, presented by Motion Raceworks, TBM Brakes, and Heath Performance. So there you go.
That's
Tri-State Raceway.
Great series. Great series. Seem like they race a lot. The only problem is you got to live in the Midwest.
Right? We're just not there. Maybe someday.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. I didn't give out the birthday shout outs. So Larry Henderson, Marvin Donahue, they were August 21st. Ben Lyon, August 22nd. So I guess he gave himself a couple number one qualifier birthday presents. Len Schneider, Bubba Linky, Stephen Ream, and Jimmy Hidalgo Jr. all today, August 26th. Happy birthday, Len Schneider, Bubba Linky, Stephen Ream, and Jimmy Hidalgo Jr. Cooter Hidalgo.
Happy birthday.
Who is waiting in the wings to reclaim a points lead, we'll say.
Yeah, he's devising a diabolical plan, I'm sure.
Right? All right, we'll just run through some points real quick. Top 5 in Stock Eliminator, National League. Johnny Gray, Joe Santangelo, Bubba Linky, Ellis Booth, and Jeff Atkinson. Superstock, top 5, Joe Santangelo, Jimmy Hidalgo Jr., Justin Lamb, Brad Burton, and Peter Diagnolo. And number 1 in all the divisions, it hasn't changed. You can watch it. Watch the last couple weeks. You'll see it. One thing to mention, Nanette Stein is still in second place in Division 7 Stock Eliminator. She gets the shout out today.
Come on, we need Nanette to get to the top. Get back to the top.
She gets the special shout out. She drives a Ford. Right?
Yeah. Oh, well, there's that.
If you've driven a Ford lately, you get a special shout out. All right. If Indy doesn't work out for people, we will be at Tri-State Raceway, says Brian Zenzen. This weekend at Tri-State, it's $5,000 to win. Nice. Both days, $2,500 to runner up. That's more than you can win at Indy, to be honest with you, if you don't have a lot of stickers on your car. Corey Harrison says Beach Bend is a great track. Thank you, Brian Van Poppel. Tommy Pettigrew was the number 1 qualifier. Tom Maioli's a little late, but that's all right. Can Diagnolo get in with the 67? Can he get in? Can he get in? I'm sure he can get in. I think he can speed it up fast enough. And I don't think Superstock's going to be that hard to get in, to be honest with you. 142. You got a couple cars usually break in Superstock. A couple Hemi guys decide they don't want to do it. You know, I'd take my chances.
Yeah.
All right. Walt was speaking the truth at some point tonight.
I don't know what I said.
In between all those lies he told, there was some truth in there. Walt, some of us can't get to that weight. I don't know. These comments are like 20 minutes old, Walt. I don't really remember what we were talking about.
Tom, you can do whatever you want. Tom makes everything, but Tom can get light as he want to get.
All right, guys. I don't know if I missed anything tonight, but I got to get up early tomorrow. So Walt, I think we're going to cut it here. Everybody, good luck tomorrow. It's Indy. It's free to watch on NHRA.tv. So turn it on the office, put the headphones in, and pay attention to what's going on. The weather's going to be phenomenal, and we're looking for some nice record-breaking times.
Yes, sir. Indy.
In addition to maybe some protection of your AHFS.
No
so that web, make it happen. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks to all the sponsors that make this possible. And good luck. Be safe. Anybody that's racing this weekend. And good luck and be safe if you go to Indy, Walt, at the last minute.
I'll let you know.
All right, buddy. Take care, everyone. Have a good night. See you.
Thanks.